Can you believe this? A team playing inside the brightest stadium in the NFL, packed with stars, tradition, and expectations. And yet one side of the ball is quietly threatening to undo an entire season. That's the reality right now in Dallas, where the Cowboys' offense looks like a Super Bowl contender, but the defense has become the biggest question mark in Jerry world. Let's set the scene. The 2025 Dallas Cowboys came into this season with massive expectations, as they always do. This is America's team, after all. A franchise built on legends like Tom Landry, Roger Staubach, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin. A franchise that measures success only in Lombardi trophies and banner moments. And early on, it looked like 2025 might be another chapter worth remembering. Offensively, this team has been electric. Dak Prescott is playing some of the most confident football of his career, commanding the huddle, reading defenses, and delivering the ball with timing and authority. CeeDee Lamb continues to cement himself as one of the elite receivers in the NFL, beating double coverage, making contested catches, and turning routine plays into highlight reels. Add in George Pickens stretching the field and Javonte Williams punishing defenses on the ground, and you've got an offense that can score on anyone, anywhere. But here's where it gets really interesting, and honestly, really concerning. The defense. Or more specifically, the lack of consistency, identity, and reliability on that side of the ball. This week, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones didn't mince words during his weekly radio appearance on 105.3 The Fan. When asked about the defense, his response was blunt, emotional, and telling. No, not at all. We have a lot of work to do over there. But we can do it. Now, if you followed Jerry Jones long enough, you know how to read between the lines. That wasn't just frustration. That sounded like a warning shot. Jones openly admitted disappointment in the defense, pointing directly at coaching and scheme issues. He emphasized that things need to be better than they've been. And while he tried to strike an optimistic tone, suggesting the problems are fixable, the message was clear. Patience is running thin in Dallas. To understand why this matters so much, you have to look at the bigger picture. This is already the third defensive coordinator in 3 years for the Cowboys. Stability has been elusive. Last season, Jones even admitted that hiring Mike Zimmer felt like a short-term move from the start. Now, the spotlight is firmly on current defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. In the NFL, when a talented team underperforms, someone usually pays the price. There doesn't always need to be a full rebuild or a roster overhaul. Sometimes, ownership looks for a fall guy. And right now, whether it's fair or not, Eberflus appears to be standing directly in that line of fire. Let's talk football for a moment. Defense isn't just about talent. It's about structure, communication, and discipline. A defensive line's job is to pressure the quarterback, the player who throws the ball and directs the offense. If that pressure doesn't arrive, even average quarterbacks can look like stars. And that's exactly what we saw on Christmas Day. The Cowboys' matchup against the Washington Commanders should have been a comfortable win. Dallas jumped out to a commanding 21-3 lead. AT&T Stadium was buzzing. Cowboys Nation could practically feel the game slipping into cruise control. And then, the defense collapsed. Washington turned to third-string quarterback Josh Johnson, a veteran journeyman who's bounced around the league. And what happened next shocked everyone. Johnson played calm, efficient football, completing 15 of 23 passes for 198 yards. No turnovers, no panic. That's the kind of stat line you expect from a seasoned starter, not a backup pressed into action. It got worse on the ground. The Commanders averaged a staggering 8.6 yards per carry. Let that sink in. That's not a small breakdown, that's a structural failure. Rookie running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt gashed the Cowboys for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 11 carries. Missed tackles. Poor gap control. Linebackers out of position. Safeties arriving late. From a tactical standpoint, this raises serious questions. Are the Cowboys too predictable in their defensive fronts? Are they failing to adjust at halftime? Is communication breaking down when offenses change tempo? These are coaching issues as much as player issues, and Jerry Jones knows it. What makes this situation even more dramatic is the contrast. On one side, you have an offense that can score quickly, stretch the field, and dominate time of possession. On the other, a defense that struggles to protect leads, stop the run, and close games. That imbalance is dangerous, especially in the NFC East, where rivalry games against the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders are never forgiving. Around the league, you can already hear the chatter. One fictional NFC scout told me, "Dallas scares you offensively, but defensively, you feel like you can hang around." And in the NFL, if you hang around long enough, you've got a chance. That's not the reputation the Cowboys want. Historically, Dallas championship teams were built on balance. Think back to the dominant defenses of the 1990s, complementing a powerful offense. Even in more recent playoff runs, the Cowboys were at their best when the defense could force turnovers and dictate tempo. Right now, that identity is missing. So what happens next? Short term, the Cowboys are still very much in the playoff picture. With Dak Prescott playing at a high level and weapons all over the field, this team can beat anyone on a given Sunday. But long term, changes feel inevitable. Whether that means a schematic overhaul, staff adjustments, or a new defensive philosophy entirely, something is coming. Jerry Jones didn't guarantee anyone's job. But in the NFL, statements like the one he made don't happen by accident. They're messages. And this one was loud. Cowboys Nation, this is the moment where seasons pivot. Do the Cowboys rally, tighten up defensively, and make a deep run? Or does this become another, what could have been, year in the heart of Jerry world? Let me know what you think. Should Dallas make a defensive change immediately, or ride it out and trust the process? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're riding with America's team, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what happens next. Because in Dallas, something is clearly about to change.